Hello there, everybody. This is CwapTheNintendin here, and welcome to another edition of Platinum Impressions, the video impression series in which I talk about games I played recently. Now, this is going to be more of a, preliminary impressions because, what I'm going to be talking about today is, a demo version of a game. And what is that game, you may ask? Well, look at the title. But in case you can't read, I am going to be talking about the demo versions of Sonic Lost World on the Wii U and 3DS. Well, the demo at least. So, Sonic Lost World. I have to admit, I was actually pretty excited for it, really. I think the whole tubular design thing is a pretty cool idea, and I can't wait to see how it's implemented into the actual game. And, Sonic having a run button, what the heck is that supposed to be? He's supposed to be fast. Yeah, I don't really get that either, but yeah. That's pretty much it about that. And before even touching the game, or at least before downloading the 3DS demo first, my impressions were like, it looks like a good game, but I don't know. But then I keep hearing about, the 3DS version is like inferior to the Wii version, like much inferior to like the Wii U version. So, yeah. But this is just a demo version. This is not the full game, so I can't really give my full opinions on it yet until I get both versions because I plan on getting both versions at the same time. So, with that out of the way, I might as well talk about the 3DS one first. So, I got the 3DS version first. Well, actually, the 3DS demo first. And, it had two stages. A tutorial stage and Windy Hill Act 1. Or basically, Windy Hill, it's the first stage, so you can't really give too much of an impression on that. But I do have to say, though, the level is actually pretty fun to play in, and I think the tubular design helps a lot a bit, but compared to the Wii U version, which I will go over later, it's definitely much more, shall we say, linear. Per se, I mean, you can go around and all around the tube, but I can't really find any sort of, alternate paths or anything like that. Because one thing I really like about Sonic games is, the alternate paths that you can take in order to reach the end of the level. That is why I really like Sonic CD for that. But the 3DS Lost World just seems a bit linear. Well, for its first stage, it seems a little bit linear, but I don't know, maybe it'll change from that, but yeah. So, I can definitely say that the 3DS Windy Hill 1 is definitely a lot longer than, the Wii U one, because, from what I'm hearing about the 3DS Sonic Lost World is, most of the stages drag on for too long, and, compared to the Wii U version, I'm gonna keep on saying compared to the Wii U version, right? Compared to the Wii U version, it seems that way, but I don't know, maybe I can see some light in that, maybe, I don't know. So, about the control in the 3DS version, I do have to say though, Sonic does control satisfyingly well in the 3DS version. The buttons are really responsive, he doesn't feel too stiff or anything. And, I will have to say though, holding down the R button with using the run button, that can get tiring on, my right index finger, actually. It just makes me wish that, the game actually will have an auto-run feature, so, you can go fast, even without holding the R button to run. So, yeah, that can get kind of tiring, considering, the entire game is like that, so I'm gonna have a cramp with that. Oh, man. But I do have to say, though, I do have a really good time with the 3DS Windy Hill Act 1. It's just such a fun level. And I actually speedrun that level, and I made it to the end in, nearly two and a half minutes. Yeah. Screw you, big caterpillar thing. I can parkour up in there. Yeah, I do have to say though, the parkour system is actually a pretty neat idea, and I can't wait to see what they do, where they go from there in terms of like the whole parkour system and everything. So, yeah. And I will say though, like also compared to the Wii U version, the 3DS version does give you like way too many lives. At this point, I'm playing in the demo. Since I played the demo to death, I have 24 lives. Like when I finished with the Wii U version, and I have a particularly funny story about that actually. I had about 24 lives last time I played the game. So, yeah, I'm just kind of hoping that they don't go with that too far. Like in compared to Sonic Generations, this is actually really generous. No, Sonic Generations is actually worse with lives because you can buy them for free. No, you can buy them for like 500 points, but still. But either way though, the 3DS Sonic Lost World is actually really, really fun so far. I'm not saying this is going to be the entire game because, like I said before, the 3DS version seems to be the much inferior version of the two. So, well, then again, these are preliminary impressions. I'm not saying this is my final opinion on it. Like, this is going to be like one of the best Sonic games of the age. I'm just saying, well, this is what I think so far. And once I've beaten both Wii U and 3DS, I will give my full opinions on it, so think of this more as a preliminary impressions, like I keep saying. But I will have to say, though, the cutscenes presented are really, really pixelated compared when they're actually in 3D. Yeah, you can pretty much tell they were only made for the Wii U version. Which, speaking of the Wii U version, let's actually talk about that now. So, the Wii U Sonic Lost World. I do have to say, though, like, well, this is for both games. On the 3DS, the graphics look pretty good, actually, and in 3D, it actually looks pretty good so far. Well, I wouldn't say it's not on the same level as, well, you know, Ocarina of Time 3D and Mario 3D Land, but hey, it's still really good 3D, and I can't wait to see what they do from there. And the Wii U Sonic Lost World looks really gorgeous so far. Well, at least from what I've seen so far, it looks really, really good. And 60 frames per second constantly, man, I really love that. I think this is the first time since what was it? Either Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic Adventure DX that the frame rate is at a constant 60 frames per second. Like, even I would give Sonic 06 credit that it at least tried to maintain, well, 60 frames per second, but then again, the game had slowed down like you wouldn't believe. Not to the same extent as Sonic Genesis, but yeah. Yeah, constant 60 frames per second, I really, really love that. Yeah. But anyway, about the Wii U version. Yeah, Windy Hill Act 1 on the Wii U version is actually really much better. All because it has much more to do with the tubular level design, and I really, really like that. I'm finding new ways to go. I'm finding new animals to rescue to add to my animal total, and I'm just collecting more and more rings and going more and more paths as I go along, and I really, really like that. So, yeah, this is what they can do so far. I can't wait to see more of what they do with the Wii U version. But it definitely took me a bit longer to get accustomed to the Wii U version's controls. When I actually first picked it up, which was like a half an hour ago actually, I found it a bit stiff, and, well, it was a little jarring to see, like, the jump button, well, the B button be the jump button and not the actual homing attack button. Well, I quickly found out that A was the jump button and the homing attack button. So what's the point of the B button? Absolutely nothing. B button is useless. But I do have to say, though, I do like the spin dash better than the 3DS version. Well, at least in terms of handling, at least. And I really do like that multiple arcing homing attack thing that Sonic can do. So, yeah, I really like that. And, well, I can give points away from the 3DS version for not including the Laser Wisp from Sonic Colors because, well, the Wisp return from Sonic Colors in this game, and so far the only one that we that we have in the demo is the Laser Wisp, Cyan Wisp. And, what was it? Oh yeah, I actually do find it a little bit weird controlling it with the stylus controls on the Wii U gamepad, because I'm using the gamepad as the controller. Since, well, my TV doesn't have an S-video card, so I can't play it on the actual TV. I have to play it on the GameCat. Since I'm actually controlling it on the gamepad, and it feels a little weird, like I'm swiping the Wiimote to activate the laser, but to, like, get the laser going, but it just won't work. But fortunately, you can control it the traditional way by using the left stick and the A button to launch it. And by the way, you gotta love that tutorial that they give in the Wii U version demo. It's like, after you launch the pad, every single time it says, "The color is now depleted. Please press A. Please press the A button." Yeah, you gotta love that. And people say Omochao is bad. Well, at least he's optional. This is what you have to see every single time you freaking get your Laser Wisp done. But, yeah. I do like the Laser Wisp, well, so far. Well, controlling it the traditional way, though. And I really love the alternate paths that they can do. But somehow I think it's the game's fault when it comes to, like, deaths for me, because, well, on this section where I'm going at it, trying to get the bell to get the red ring on Windy Hill Act 1, well, the first time playing through, I didn't really get a hold of Sonic's, well, handling, so I fell, and I felt that was the game's fault, and I felt that was kinda sorta cheap in a way, but ultimately, as I played more and more of the game, played more and more of the level, I actually did rather like Sonic's handling in the game. So, yeah, I think I'm more, but for right now, I'm more accustomed to the 3DS controls, but maybe I'll get used to the Wii U's controls, maybe not, but who knows. But all that will accompany with the level design and everything, so yeah. But I will say this, though. Which is actually, well, a couple of funny things before I end things here. A couple of funny things, actually. I didn't necessarily know that the off-TV play would activate, so I had, you know, the Sonic Lost World title screen on the Wii U, so I you know, tapped the new game button, and I went through the cutscene, which actually looks freaking gorgeous. I love the way the cutscenes are presented. But then I get to Windy Hill Act 1, and I'm just like, what the heck? This is the bottom screen. Oh crap, I gotta reset the game and waste one of my uses of the demo in order to switch to off-TV play. I found that a little bit weird, but once I set that up, it wasn't really an issue anymore. Yeah. Oh, and another thing, right before I started recording this episode of Platinum Impressions, actually, I was actually playing through the level again, and I was about to get through, like, to the halfway point of the level when all of a sudden, the game froze. Holy crap, my Wii U crashed on me when I was playing the game. I don't know, maybe that was just the Wii U's fault for me, maybe that was just my fault for not playing actual Wii U content for so long. All I've been playing on my Wii U is Twilight Princess, and it's only because I've been doing the Let's Play of it, but I freaking can't because... oh well, duties of a Let's Player is bountiful, I guess. But anyway, to wrap things up, I do like both versions so far. Well, the first level so far. And, well, the Wii U version's certainly setting up to be a great game. Not sure about the 3DS version so far. But, yeah. If I can just get used to the controls of the Wii U version, I think I'll be just fine with that. I think I will be just fine. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. When I get both the 3DS version and the Wii U versions in full, I shall give my full opinions on it. And that will probably be the next Platinum Impressions episode? I'm not sure. But it probably will. Judging from my standards, at least. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys whenever I have the next episode of Platinum Impressions ready. Pretty much I'll be notifying you on YouTube and Twitter to see if I have a Platinum Impressions episode ready, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another Let's Play video, and hopefully for another edition of Platinum Impressions. See you guys later.